Yeah! Yeah, baby! Woo! Thank you, boys. That was a tough one. Oh, they gave me a run for the money.
You're the world champion! You're the triple world champion, Sebastian Vettel! You are the man! You're a triple world champion!
Alright, that's enough. Not going to get any more points for that.
But satisfaction.
Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Build the RedBull RB7. Today I bring you guys issue 41, where we'll be applying the upper rear bulkhead to the rear of our RB7. Okay, now in the magazine today, we've got Triumph for a turbo. Okay, another driver profile here. Okay, more turbos, Prost against PK. Okay, the 1983 Championship. The Red Bull Ring Austria, okay, which if you guys don't know, the Formula 1 season will be returning to the Red Bull Ring, or the A1 Ring in Austria this year. Okay, and there's a bit here about the Red Bull Ring. RC driver profile. Okay, and our parts for this week's issue. Okay, so we've got the upper rear bulkhead, we've got the bevel gear cup joint, we've got an Allen key, we've got a set screw, and we've got two countersunk screws which are 3x8 and again 3x10. Okay, so we've got a couple of pages here of instructions today. Okay, and let's get stuck into it, guys. Okay, so first up, as I mentioned to you guys in the last video, I was going to reopen the diff and I was going to add some more grease in there, okay, which were requested by you guys, which I was going to get around doing anyway. Okay, so you just want to just pack that stuff in. Okay, do remember it is quite messy if you haven't done it already. Okay, give it a little mix around. Okay, there's quite a fair bit in there. Once the top bit gets on there, it'll mix around some more. Okay, and then we're going to bring the two together once again. Okay, I'm going to place on our gear, and we're going to screw our 4 screws back into place. Okay, and there we go. Okay, so set that aside for now, okay, and your pack of grease, because we will need that later on. Okay, so in today's parts, okay, we're going to grab our bevel gear cup joint and our set screw. Okay, now we're going to just start to thread that on with our fingers, and then we're going to grab our Allen key and thread it in the rest of the way, okay, only until it starts to impede the shaft, much like when we did our front wheel axles. Okay, similar concept. Okay, now you want to bring your RB7 back, okay, and you want to drop your diff in there. The bevel shaft has a flat surface on one side, okay, where it's like sort of been filed down or something. Now you want that flat surface to be on the top, okay, so facing up. Then you want to insert your cup joint with the screw facing down onto the flat surface. Okay, you want to push it up as far as you can, okay, so everything's all pushed up. You don't want it loose, okay, so the bevel shaft moves around. You don't want any of that. Okay, so now it should have 0 backward and forward motion, okay, and it should only spin like that. Okay, now what you're going to do, you want to grab your grease. Now you can either use a stick like shown in the magazine, or if like me you're buying 2 packs, you can just use your Allen key. Okay, so get some grease onto your Allen key, and you just want to get it into that joint, and it should grease up the whole area. Okay, so once you're satisfied with that, you want to grab your upper rear bulkhead, just slot it down into here, bearing in mind that these two here go in between your wishbones. Now you might have to lift some of your wishbones just to get it fitting perfectly into place. Okay, so we've got 2 sets of screws. Now the longer ones go into the front, okay, the 10mm, and the 8mm ones go into the rear. And you want to make sure these are down nice and tight and that the whole assembly is sitting nice and flush. And there we have it, guys, issue 41 of Build the RedBull RB7, and we have greased up our differential once again, and we have applied the upper rear bulkhead, okay, or the cover for our gearbox to our RB7. Okay, so next week in the magazine we've got our rear shock mount, okay, we've got 4 screws, and we've got some ball shafts, okay, for the suspension and everything to all build off. Okay, so we're really starting to develop the rear of our car. Okay, so I hope you guys all enjoyed this episode of Build the RedBull RB7, and I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you, bye bye.